Hey everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. Guster really wants to play right now, and he's giving me that look. You know I'm talking about you, Guster. Love you too. Love you. Um anyway, I want to thank you for the prayers. I really needed them. I mentioned, needing prayers for my ultrasound and my kidneys and stuff. Yeah, I needed them because when I woke up this morning to go get my test done, I had a flat tire, and I was like, "Oh no, how am I going to get to the doctor on time?" And then I was like, "Okay, well, I have to get an Uber," and then I couldn't download the Uber app because my phone storage. Anyway, it was just like crazy. But I did it. I got the test done, and the um the sonographer or ultrasound person was nice, and the gel was warm, and it was a relaxing test. But then I came home, not that you need to know all this, but I came home and I was like, no, I have a flat tire. I have to work today. I was like, I have a flat tire. It's hard because I'm in the city, DC, which I love. Actually, DC actually is really a cute town. It's really walkable, and it gets a bad reputation, but it's actually I really like it. But the problem is, when something happens like this, um, it's scary because it's like I don't really have anyone that I can call here yet and say, hey, I have a flat tire, can you, I don't know, I need support or whatever. Yeah, I don't quite have that right now. So it made me feel really alone. And I'm over it now because I got the tire fixed. I was panicking, but thankfully there's this little place right around the corner, and you just drive in, and they're really nice. The guy was really nice, and I had 2 nails in my tire, and he was really nice. He fixed it. It wasn't expensive, and so now I know where I need to go. Since living here, I've had this will be the third nail I've had in my tire. I asked him if, you know, sometimes I see lines of cars waiting to get into this tire service. And so I asked him, I was like, are there a lot of, customers who have nails in their tires here in DC? And he was like, yep, that's what keeps us in business. So he said, just don't park near construction or drive down the alleys. Yeah. But all that to say, thank you for the prayers. I feel like so much better. I don't know what the results will be, but most of the battle for me is actually going there and doing the stuff I need to do, like getting the tests or the labs or whatever, going to the doctor. Anyway, yeah. So thank you. Esther, did you want to say something to everyone? Did you want to say something? Did you want to offer a prayer? No. I thought that what's today? Today is December 20th, and I'll post this tonight at 5. But then from here on out, I'll be recording videos in advance because I'll be away for Christmas. So, yeah. So I'll be gone. So they will be pre-record. Well, everything's pre-recorded, but they will be recorded in advance. Like, you know. But I thought I would read a Christmas verse today. This one is in the New Testament, Matthew 1, verse 23, and it's the last video I read from Isaiah, the Hebrew prophet. And Matthew picks up, oh no, we're losing on a sec. Hold on, let's black out for a second. Hold on. Sorry, you're just seeing Guster's fur. Let me try and get his face. What a beautiful face that is. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to read Matthew. Where'd it go? Hold on a sec. I just lost. I just lost my thing. Okay, Matthew 2, verses 1 through 2. And he's like quoting. Wait, I'm sorry. That's not the right. That's not the right verse. Hold on. Now, where is it? I just lost it. Oh, Matthew 1, verse 23. And he's quoting Isaiah, which we shared in my last video, that whole passage. So this is Matthew 1:23. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. I feel like I should read a little more. Let me look up Matthew 1. Hold on a sec. Matthew 1. Okay. Well, let me just read the whole chapter of Matthew. And I always think, oh, I'm just going to do a tiny video, but then it goes on. Hold on a sec. Henry's face is funny to me. Okay, let's just. Sorry, I'm online and I get all these stupid pop-ups. Matthew 1. Okay. Well, let's just read Matthew 1. The entire thing. This is the genealogy of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah, the son of David. Oops, sorry, now we're everybody. I'm so distracted. Sorry. It's just Henry keeps moving and we keep losing his cute face. There it is. Okay. This is the genealogy of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, Isaac the father of Jacob, Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers, Judah the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar, Perez the father of Hezron, Hezron the father of Ram, Ram the father of Amminadab, Amminadab the father of Nahshon, Nahshon the father of Salmon, Salmon the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Oh, little intermission here. I don't think it is I who's speaking, not the Bible. I didn't know Boaz's mother was Rahab. Rahab is mentioned I find kind of frequently in the Bible. You know, we have her in, was it Joshua? In the Old Testament, in the Hebrew scriptures, sheltering the spies. And she was, I think was she a Canaanite, I think? But she had such faith. You know, she's lauded as a heroine of the faith in the book of Hebrews in the New Testament. And yeah. And was it there that we read that she was, Rahab the prostitute? Yeah, that was her previous life. And it's so neat to think about the Lord's lineage and that, kind of the story of redemption, how he redeems people, and that he would have, Rahab in his line as a great, I don't know how many greats, grandmother. and she had been a prostitute. Okay, so on with the genealogy. Whose mother was Rahab. Boaz, the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Wait a minute. Boaz, the father of Obed, whose mother was, oh yeah, Ruth. And then we just read about Ruth, that is I was speaking, not the Bible. And she was a Moabite. And she was just a wonderful person of faith. Okay, moving on back to the Bible. Obed, the father of Jesse, and Jesse, the father of King David. David was the father of Solomon, whose mother had been Uriah's wife. David was the father. Sorry, I'm repeating. David was the father of Solomon, whose mother had been Uriah's wife, and that was Bathsheba. As I was speaking of the Bible, and Bathsheba, she, I mean, she and David. That was like, David had an affair with her. Anyway, back to their genealogy. Solomon, or Shlomo, the father of Rehoboam, Rehoboam the father of Abijah, Abijah the father of Asa, Asa the father of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat the father of Jehoram, Jehoram the father of Uzziah, Uzziah the father of Jotham, Jotham the father of Ahaz, Ahaz the father of Hezekiah, Hezekiah the father of Manasseh, Manasseh the father of Ammon, Ammon the father of Josiah, and Josiah the father of Jeconiah and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babylon. After the exile to Babylon, Jeconiah was the father of Shealtiel, Shealtiel the father of Zerubbabel, Zerubbabel the father of Abihud, Abihud the father of Eliakim, Eliakim the father of Azor, Azor the father of Zadok, Zadok the father of Achim, Achim the father of Elhud, Elhud the father of Eleazar, Eleazar the father of Mathan, Mathan the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, and Mary was the mother of Jesus, Yeshua, who was called the Messiah. Thus there were 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile to Babylon, and 14 from the exile to the Messiah. Yeah, let's stop there and we can read on about the birth of Jesus in other, in the following videos. But just the genealogy, I used to read the genealogy and think, oh my gosh, and this is boring. Why do they have to include all of that? Now I get it, because it substantiates the claim to his messiahship, and I always think about this because the second temple was destroyed in 70 AD, which Yeshua prophesied would happen. But with it, all the temple records, and I believe it was all the genealogical records. And so were there to come another quote unquote Messiah? The Messiah is supposed to come from the line of David, King David. How would this person be able to substantiate that? That's why, you know what I mean? Just by saying that he's a descendant of David, that doesn't hold a whole lot of weight. But here, we have the genealogy. It's historical record. And, and this was before the second temple was destroyed. So there. At some point, I've been thinking a lot about the claims that Yeshua made, that Jesus made, that are pretty interesting to me, that it's kind of been on my mind lately. But I thought that probably would be an entire video to talk about some of the claims he made of himself, which I think are really interesting. But I don't think I'm ready to do that just yet. We've already kind of talked about some of that, but I think it's interesting. Anyway, everybody, now I'm rambling. Yeah, it's funny. This is a total aside now, moving away from the Bible and back to me. Let's get back to me. No, but it's funny how, like, gosh, it can my moods can kind of be a little bit of a roller coaster. Like, I was so anxious about these tests, and then this morning, so anxious about the flat tire, and then feeling so alone. Like, when you pull out the little baby violin and start playing, and, you know, the thoughts in your head are like, oh my gosh, I'm alone in this big city, and I don't really have anybody to call and say, hey, can you take me to the doctor? I feel scared, or I've got a flat tire. Can you please help me? Can you help me figure out how to get it fixed? It's like suddenly I become like an orphan and feel really alone and helpless. And then, you know, I work through it, do the stuff, and then it's like, oh, I'm having a good day. I feel great. I feel fine. But I hate that. I hate going to that orphan place where you just feel like an orphan, an adult orphan. I hate that. But I don't feel that way now because everything's pretty much taken care of. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to say that. And then the other thing that's sad is they weigh you. And that was really sad. Yeah. Because I feel fat, not PHAT, but the other one. Oh man. I know that's not really a PC way to, thing to say in a way. But yeah. Yeah, I need to exercise and walk and do some stuff and not be sedentary. Anyway, everybody. Yeah, that's sad. That part's sad. But I guess I'll just start taking care of that. You can pray for me. Oh, well. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah almost. I like saying Chrismukkah. Um, yeah. So yeah, the genealogy of Yeshua, HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah. I really believe he's it. He's more than it. And we will discover that as we go over the claims that he made. But it's funny, he's done a lot in my life, tangibly, very tangibly. Like, he really did heal me miraculously, which I'll talk about when we get to the book of Ezekiel. But yeah, I mean, and that was 25 years ago. If you told me 25 years ago that I would have 25 years to live, like I'd have more than like a few days to live, I would have been like, really? It would have made me so happy to hear that. But yeah, he's given me 25 years after that catastrophe that I had. And he did heal me. I mean, I don't know how much, who knows when my time will be up, but yeah, I can say I received a miracle from Yeshua, from Jesus, that he's the one who healed me back then, even though I am a total baby and realize that any healing you receive is temporary because we're all going to you know, either die or be gathered up to heaven. And I believe in the rapture, but not everybody does, and that's okay. Or, but anyway, so yeah, so realizing that things are, a miraculous healing, even that, obviously I'm not going to live forever this side of eternity. I'm going to have to die or be sucked up to heaven, whatever comes first. Um, but what was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, that Jesus did that for me. Like, and so all saying all this, that, I'm someone who can say, wow, the Lord parted the Red Sea for me and I walked across on dry land. But yet I'm still someone who's always like, Lord, where are you? Lord, are you there? I'm just always requiring more of God and requiring more evidence. And I wonder if it's wearying for the Lord. But I'm related to the children of Israel from way back, and that's what they did when they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. They were getting manna from heaven, and they were, getting water from the rock, and the Lord was showing up in all these ways, and they're like, Moses, what did you do? Lead us out here to die? I feel like I'm like that. You forget the miracles, you forget what God has done already, and then you're like, well, where are you, God? I don't know, I'm using that funny voice, but it's just what's coming to me. It's like, where are you, God? I don't see the pillar by now. Oh, there's the pillar. Where's the cloud? Where's the meat? What is this stuff? It's funny because manna means what is it? Because they were like, what is this? It wasn't like the leeks and the onions and the food in Egypt. But anyway, all that to say, I relate to um, the people of old. It's hard to be me sometimes, I tell you. That's why I ask you all for prayer all the time. I really need something to be strengthened within me, for sure. And but I want to pray for you all now. So I'll pray. Lord, thank you so much for getting me through this morning, and forgive me for being, how do you say, stiff-necked, I guess. I don't know. Um, and kind of anxious and stubborn and complainy and feeling like an orphan. But you always come through, Lord. I pray for everybody who's watching or listening, and if they go through similar things, or if they struggle with feeling like an orphan or feeling alone in the world or lost or frightened or vulnerable or, just anxious, I pray that you come through for them in a big way today, Lord, that they would know that they're not alone, even if they're looking around and they don't see anybody. Just let them know they're not alone, that you're with them, especially during Christmas and Hanukkah, the holiday season. It highlights the grief that we may already have, or the losses that we've suffered in life. Just pray that you comfort anyone who's just grieving and feeling alone. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem and protection of Israel, Lord. And for your people there, that they would know that they are not alone, even though the world is prophetically nasty to Israel. And that's prophetic. Your word says that would happen, but just let them know they're not alone, that you're with them and protecting them. Oops, we're lost. Henry. Just pray for the hostages, Lord, that they would soon be released. And pray for everybody who's hurting and in need of you in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, Iraq, Iran, especially the people who know and love you, that you would gather them and help them. Pray all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, in Jesus' name. Amen, everybody. I thought this was going to be like a 3-minute video, but nope. But hopefully the following videos will be a little shorter, maybe. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.